Everyone, Be the Amazing Greek here. We have a project here that we need to figure out how to do. My dad was backing up his bush hog. There was a hill. He did not realize it. Started backing up, and of course the tractors are very powerful. Mangled the end. So, I have to find a way to straighten this metal out. Here's the worst part of it. Luckily, it detaches from the back bed. My thinking is I'm probably going to have to cut the wheel where it's welded. I'm going to have to cut that off. Then I'll be able to manipulate the metal, get it straight, weld it back on, and then what we're thinking is, so that it reinforces it a little bit better, once I have it more triangular than whatever the heck shape that is, I'm going to put some cross braces in here. And then on the outside, our thinking is, this is flat, so I will weld an angle iron in this way so that the angle is facing outward, and that shape is more resistant to bending than just a flat steel. So this is not quite 1/2 inch. It's probably 3/8. If I measured it, it's probably what it is. So it might be 3/8, maybe 5/8. I don't know. That'd be over 1/2. Probably 3/8. And there's the worst of it there. That'll be kind of hard to bend. I don't know if I'm going to have to heat that up or not. But that's what I got to try to figure out. So as we work on this, I'll keep you up to date on what it is I'm doing. Okay, here is my thinking. I need to spread that apart so that I can manipulate it without cutting, if at all possible. So I thought, jacks lift cars. If I could get that jack in there and jack it up, it will spread that metal. It's too big. So I'll try a scissor lift jack. It'll still lift the neon. Should be able to spread that. It's too wide. So what I'm doing, I'm using the F-type clamp I showed you in the welding table video. It's got an old 4x4. I'm going to cut a piece off, and I'm going to gently hammer the crap out of it in there to start spreading it, just so I can get that clamp, that jack in there. And if I can spread it wide enough and start manipulating the metal, then hopefully this will go in there and I can get it pretty sharp. I really don't want to cut it if I don't have to. So that's my thinking. We'll see how successful that is. Okay, that 4x4, the wood is no match for the metal. So what I have done, my dad brought me some straps, toe straps. I've got this strapped to the tree, and I've got another strap I'm going to put on the bend, and I'm going to put the other end on the back of the truck, and I'm going to drive that way. I just need to open it up enough to get the jack in there, but if it starts to bend it, I'm going to pull until I get it pretty straight. Then I can heat it up a little bit and hammer it out on the anvil and maybe get it straight. So I'm hoping that will work. Okay, the lighting is a little bad right now. It's getting dark, but the strap, my 4-wheel drive doesn't work, but my dad showed up, so we put the Chevy into 4-wheel drive, dropped it into the low gear, and it straightened the heck out of it enough where now we can get it where we want. It closed the back end up a little bit, but it's easier to push this in than it was to pull it out. So we'll hit the next step and reinforce it so that hopefully this doesn't happen again. Okay, so that's after using the truck to get it straightened out and heating up in the forge. I was able to get it somewhat normal, but this thing has some bad twists in it that I can't straighten out. And my dad took it to a shop that, they do some metal work, and they said, well, if we heat it up and bend it, and it's already been heated, it could be weak. So ended up just bought a new one, It wasn't too bad. Piece of equipment like this to go on a bush hog to carry the wheel on the back costs, you know, a little bit over $100, like 120 bucks. And so here's the new one, so you can see how close I got it using a hammer in the forge and a truck. So there's the new one. What I'm going to do to make sure this doesn't happen to this one, I'm going to cut off the legs, which are good and straight, and I'm going to weld a reinforcement bar across here, weld one here, and then I'm going to take angle iron and weld with the V pointing outwards, weld it onto the side there, and that'll reinforce the side. So if it is going to twist, it's going to take a lot of force. And then, like my dad said, he just have to be very careful not to back into a hill again. So that's what I'm going to do with this, and that's where we are. And then we'll have it operational for Dad. So that's about as good as I could do with a hammer. To cut the metal, I used my new portable variable speed bandsaw, Chicago Electric from Harbor Freight. It comes with a blade, but it tells you it's for wood and soft material. So I bought a set of metal cutting blades, 14 teeth per inch, 10 to 14 teeth per inch, and it cut through that no problem. I mean, look how thick that is. And it went right through it, no problem. Didn't hang up anything. That's a good little tool. It's very light. I'll do a review on this later. I just want to show you that's my first cut with the new blade, and that did excellent. Where's a I got 3 measuring things around here. I can't find one tape measure just to see how thick this metal is. Talking 3/8. That's 3/8 thick, and that cut through. I was going to use the grinding wheel, but man, look at that. That's awesome. That was nothing for it. So this is going to make the job a lot easier and less time consuming. So awesome job, Harbor Freight. That's a good one right there. Okay, I got my pieces cut. I buffed everything off of the all the paint and everything. Put a little bit of an angle so it matches up real good. And I'm on the table. I'm using my F clamps. See? Holding it down here and here, and holding my piece in place so when I go to start welding, it doesn't move. And the good thing is, I'm not going to have to be leaning over. I'm going to adjust my table, and I'm going to tilt it up, tack on one side. I can tilt it the other way, tack over there, and then nothing's going to move. I can tilt the table so that I can work, and I'm not, you know, trying to weld upside down. So this table is working out awesome. I've been using it to clamp down my parts and sand them, and yeah, it's working really good. I've measured. I've got 5 3/16 from here to here. Got 5 3/16 from here to here, so everything's squared up right there. And after I do that one, I'll tack the other little piece across here, and then I'll get the angle iron and put it out here. So that table is awesome. It's a great work table, even if you're not welding. Alright, just finished up. Got my cross braces in. They're welded up. My first couple welds, very rough. It's been a while since I welded, but got better as I went along. And then I put the angle iron, like I was saying. See? The angle iron sits like that. So it would take a lot of force to bend these like it did on the old one. And my dad's now going to go get a can of Rust-Oleum, some spray paint. So I just tack weld it here, here. Give it a little inch and a half welds, everybody, 1.5 inches. And yeah, that thing's strong. If that bends now, it's bad driving practice, I think. But I don't think it'll happen. So looks good, and it should last. See, got the cross. See how the angle iron's there? Give it some strength. And thanks for watching. That's that table did excellent. The portable angle grinder did excellent, and the angle grinder I've been using for years from, where did I get it? Big Lots. It gave out today, and luckily I had bought a heavy duty angle grinder from Harbor Freight, and it handled the job, all the grind and the sand and all that. So it did very well. I was very happy with those tools today, and the table did excellent. Man, it did excellent. It's a good table. Even if you don't weld, that'd make a great work table. So thanks for watching. It's a little bit odd project, but it's things that we do around here. So I'll catch you on the next one.